Good day. Today we're going to be covering some math rules. One of the first rules we have to cover in maths is called BODMAS. BODMAS tells us the order that we must work an equation in. BODMAS stands for brackets, order, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. According to BODMAS, the first thing we always work in a question is the brackets. The second thing we always work in a question is the order. The order is also known as a power. Another word for order is power. So the second thing we always work in a question is the order or any powers we may have. The third thing we work in a question is division and multiplication. And lastly, we work addition and subtraction. Let's look at an example. Suppose we were asked to solve this equation. Anytime we are confused about where to begin solving an equation, we can ask our good friend, BODMAS. So the first thing BODMAS says to work is brackets. So let's check if this question has any brackets. And yes, it does. So this is what a bracket looks like. So according to BODMAS, this is going to be our first step, working the brackets. 14 minus 8 gives us 6. Now we can rewrite the rest of the equation. The next step of solving this equation, according to BODMAS, is the order. The order is also known as a power. So let's check to see if this question has any powers or orders. And yes, it does. 2 to the power of 3. So this question has a power, or in other words, an order of 3. So according to BODMAS, this is the second thing that we work. 2 to the power of 3 is the same as saying 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, which gives us 8. Now we rewrite the rest of the equation. The next step, according to BODMAS, is division and multiplication. Division and multiplication are usually grouped, meaning they are done in the same step. So now we look for any division or multiplications. The way we do division and multiplication, according to BODMAS, is from left to right. When we have division and multiplication, like in this, the order that BODMAS specifies to do division and multiplication in is left to right, meaning we start with this equation on the left first and then proceed onwards to the equations on the right. So the order that we must follow when doing division and multiplication is left to right. We start working division and multiplication from the left, therefore 24 divided by 6 is where we start. This gives us 4. Next, we continue to the right, where we have multiplied by 3. 4 multiplied by 3 gives us 12. Next, all that remains is 6 multiplied by 8. This gives us 48. Now we rewrite the rest of the equation. The last step, according to BODMAS, is addition and subtraction. Addition and subtraction are also worked together, just like division and multiplication. So let's identify the addition and subtraction in this equation. We have 18 plus 12 plus 48 minus 5. The order that we do addition and subtraction in is also left to right. Addition and subtraction is done from left to right. Therefore, we start off with 18 plus 12 which gives us 30. Next, we do 30 plus 48, 30 plus 48, which gives us 78. Lastly, we minus 5. 78 minus 5 leaves us with a final answer of 73. Once again, the order to work in any question is BODMAS. BODMAS stands for brackets, order, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. If a question is done in any order besides BODMAS, the final answer will be incorrect. If this same equation were done in a different order, we would have ended up with a different final answer. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye.